Now to chanting. Thank you very much.
Giới hương định hương dư huệ hương, giải thoát tri kiến hương, quang minh văn đại biện pháp giới. Cúng dường thập phương tam bảo, tôn nam mô hương cúng dường Bồ Tát. Nam mô hương cúng dường Bồ Tát, nam mô hương cúng dường Bồ Tát Ma Tát. Nam mô Bát Nhã Hội Thượng Phật Bồ Tát. Nam mô Bát Nhã Hội Thượng Phật Bồ Tát. Nam mô Bát Nhã Hội Thượng Phật Bồ Tát. Ma Bát Nhã Ba La Mật Đa Tâm Kinh Quán Tự Tại Bồ Tát. Ba La Mật Đa Thời Chiêu Kiến Ngụ Ưng Giai Không Độ Nhất Thiên Khổ Anh xa lại tự sanh bông gì không bất gì sanh tức thì không tức thì sanh thọ tường hành thức diệt phụ nhớ thì xa lời tự thì chư pháp không tưởng băng sanh băng diệm băng câu băng tình băng tăng bất giảm thì cô không trung. Thọ tường hành thân vô nhãn nhị tây thiệt thân ý vô sắc thanh hương vị sung pháp vô nhàn dời chỉ vô ý thân dời vô minh diệt vô minh tầng này chí vô lao tứ diệt vô lao tứ tầng vô khổ tập diệt đạo vô trí diệt vô đăng diệt vô sở đăng cố bồ đề tát đọa ê ban nhà ba la mật đa cố tâm vô ngài vô quái ngài cố vô hữu cũng vô viện ly liên đạo mong tương cứu canh niên bàn tam thế chư Phật y bát nhã ba la mật đa cố đắc á đậu đa la bồ đề cố đi ban nhã ba la mật đa thị đại thần chú thị đại minh chú thị vô thường chú đằng chú năm trừ những thiên khổ chân thiền bằng hư cố thiên bát nhã ba la mật đa chú thượng thiên chú viết ba la yến đế ba la tăng yến đế bồ đề ta bà ha yến đế ba la tăng yến đế bồ đề ta bà ha yến đế ba la tăng yến đế bồ đề ta bà. Nguyện ngày an lành đêm an lành đêm ngày sau thời đường an lành tất cả các thời đều an lành. Xin nguyện từ nguyện ngày an lành đêm an lành, đêm ngày
thời được
an lành, tất cả các thời đều an lành. Xin nguyện từ bi thường gia hộ, nguyện ngày an lành đêm an lành, đêm ngày sau thời đương an lành. Tất cả các thời đều an lành. Xin nguyện từ bi thường gia hộ. Nam mô Tiêu Tai Giảng Các Tường Bồ Tát. Nam mô
Tiêu Tai Giảng
Các Tường Bồ Tát. Nam mô Tiêu Tai Giảng Các Tường Bồ Tát. Nguyện đem công đức này hướng về khắp tất cả đệ tử và chúng sanh đều trọn thành Phật đạo.
Thank you so much, Venerables and Bhikkhuni, for beautiful chanting song. I think they're really touch my heart, although I don't understand it. But the same way, I didn't understand Metallica when I was younger either, but I liked it. So for the next 1 hour, we'll be having three different branches through three different vulnerables of the three different perspective of Buddhism.
To discuss about the mindfulness for a peaceful world. So we would like to invite the first sister, Mahayana perspective, Sister Thieng Nok, on the stage. And the second,
may we invite a venerable for Theravada, from Theravada perspective, Venerable Sontavi Tumprasert, who's also my dear friend from Sopapor, Laos.
And the third person would be from Varanayana perspectives, Venerable Thien Sin Lepger.
And he's from Bhutan. He's actually my dear friend, also my classmates for PhD.
Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Such an honor to be joined the session today. And first of all, may I please introduce myself? My name is Jutharat Panchanon, or you can call O. My name is O. Actually, I'm a PhD student at Peace Study as well, and it is really such an honor that for me to be a host for this important session. Okay. So as the MC, they already mentioned about the topic today, right? It's about the It's about the mindfulness for the peaceful world, MTV perspective. Right. Some people might curious to know what is the MTV. At my age, like we call it music television channel. Okay. But some of you may be already aware. I think with all the venerable and nuns, everyone maybe know about like introduce about Mahayana. Okay. T Theravada, and okay we Vajrayana. Okay, so I think this is really thoughtful of the topic today, that we will know about what is the term of the MTV in terms of the perspective, like to link with the mindfulness and create the peace in our world right now. Okay, so, and apologize, I forgot to greeting the people in the session, and pay respect to all of the venerable professor and nuns, and all people online as well. And I believe that they see all the live in Facebook around the world right now, because this morning I saw in the link as well, we have a friends in India and everywhere to watch the channel for the Facebook as well. Okay, so yes, and like I mentioned earlier, that today we will know how the MTV can be create inner peace and build up in terms of the global peace as well. Okay, and today we had an honor to be joined by three distinguished speakers. Each of them has a representative of each traditional for the Buddhism way. So as I mentioned, like we have like Theravada, Mahayana, and Vajrayana as well. Okay, and also they are quite like familiar face. They are our classmates, sister and brother in the MCU family. Okay, and one last thing, like for the flow of the session, by the end of the session, I will leave for the Q&A session from the on-site people and also the online people as well. Okay, so let me introduce in terms of our speaker, and let's go with the lady first. Okay, okay, we have like one sister from Mahayana. She is a second-year student in master degree for the Buddhism study. We have sister Tin Ngap. Okay, I apologize. Tin Ngap from Vietnam. Okay, please applause for her warm welcome. Okay, and for the second one, we have Venerable represent from the Theravada. He is a first-year student for the PhD, and our new program, IMPS, and we call Innovative Mindfulness and Peace Study. Okay, and please welcome Venerable Sontavi Intasaro. Okay, and the last one, of course, is from Vajrayana, and he is a first-year PhD student in the same class, IMPS. Okay, and please join me a welcome to Venerable Tianxin Rapgay. Okay. So before we start in terms of the topic discussion, let me start with some small chat to introduce each of the panelists today, and let you know like how are they related to the MCU and things. So may I please ask like in general, like for the first question, like for our sister. Okay, so okay, so as you are just the first year, second year of the master degree, so what do you plan? What do you decide to join the IBSC, and what do you plan to do for after the graduation? Just a small chat to let them like know about your plan a little bit.
Namo Shakyamuni Buddha, dear respected.
Okay.
Namo Shakyamuni Buddha, dear respected Venerable Sangha, dear distinguished guest, and all brother and sister in Dharma. My name is Tin Ngọc. So to start with sharing about the questions of our sister moderator, I just would like to briefly to introduce myself again. So I'm the second year student in the MA in Buddhist study. And I think this is kind of my last semester staying here in IBSC. It's just more than 1 year, but I felt really enjoying the time here with all of my brother and sister. And I had a great opportunity to learn and to attend a different meditation retreat with different meditation master here in Thailand and especially in MCU and IBSC. And that is really my honor. And that is actually my first motivation to come here to Thailand to study. So I'm Vietnamese, but I'm resident in Germany. So I'm practicing meditation in our meditation center in Germany. So the reason why I decided to come to Thailand because I want in the future to go to different places, just like here, to learn from different things from different Buddhist tradition. It is not just stop at only Mahayana traditions, but I think it's just different first door or first step into reach the final ultimate goal of the Buddhist path. So for me, it's very important during the time that I have to share to different European people. They are non-Buddhist. It's very important for me to share the core value of Buddhism, but of course we don't try to convince them to any of traditions. Of course, we are in the form of the Mahayana traditions, but it is just that our good condition to be in this here. But I see a very great chance to come here to learn from. If I don't come here, of course, I don't never have a chance to really to stay in relationship to learn from our classmates. Of course, they are from all different countries, different culture, different Buddhist tradition, and that widen my knowledge, not just the practical knowledge, but also their way of living, their way of practicing in their own Buddhist culture, right? So that is my motivation, and the reason why. And after this study, I wish that wherever I go, whatever I do, I can continue with my practice in order to share the Buddhist knowledge, the Buddhist practicing with as many people as possible around the world.
Wow.
Thank you
Okay.
very
Oh,
much.
that's really touch. Like, hope you like accomplish all your wish, right? Okay. And for the Prasan, may I call you Prasan? Okay. So, what would be your expected like joining the class for the IBSC family? And I think this is your first year in the PhD, right? And what did you plan to do after the complete the graduation? Just for the quick like chat for the background.
Hello. Paying homage to Triple James and pay respect to all teachers and professors, dear all sisters and brothers in Dhamma, and also people here and joining us online. I am Venerable Sontavi Intasaro. I'm a Lao Buddhist monk. Right now, I'm living at Wat Palat in Chiang Mai. Yes. And this is one of the honors and it's such a blessing for me to sit here in front of you to remark this important day, the International Day of Peace 2025 at IBSC. And this is one of my aiming to attain PhD and innovative mindfulness and peace study program to explore different ways to engage Buddhism to the world. Because as I have an experience meet and engage with international people, we cannot just talking about the traditional Buddhist teaching of traditional mindfulness, but I have to go and explore many fields of meditation practice to propagate Buddhism to the international people. So this is what I come here and have seen all the brothers and sisters from a different Buddhist tradition. And this is what I can feel in, and more faith to the Buddha teaching to bring us together, to respect and embracing these diversities to the peace of mind and the peace in the world. Thank you.
Okay, wow, really touched. Okay, so brother Tenzin. Okay, so like same question, like to share some of the story. Yeah.
Well, well. First of all, I want to say good afternoon to all distinguished and respected professor, dear Mahasangha, ladies and gentlemen. So I think I've already introduced. I don't need to introduce about myself because most of you very know well about this phase. I think you guys saw a lot of this phase, so it's okay. So directly I will jump to sister question. So for the first answer, whenever I got this question, I answer like IBS got not only the theory but also the practical. So because of that, I choose IBSC. So in this situation, when the knowledge fails, the experience never fails. Because of that, I choose experience rather than knowledge. So, and the second question, as in the morning session, also most of the master mentioned that be here and now, be in the present moment. So therefore, I don't have any intention or any ambition or any goals about the future. Just I'm going with my own flow and just I'm chilling in that present moment. Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I think we all know the backgrounds of our key speaker today, and really all of them are really interesting, like in terms of the background and things that they have planned to do. Okay, so let's start with the key topic here that we just mentioned, right? About the what would be the first question would be start with the foundation question. Okay, what does the mindfulness means in your traditional way, right? How can it define and frame, so get the other knows like what would be the differences between MT and we. So I think this is a good start question, and please allow me to start with the Prasan for the Theravada. Okay, please.
Okay, thank you. And today we will explore this basic question, but it's deep. It's about mindfulness, and in all over the world now, it's very talk of the town that we practicing mindfulness. We try to engage mindfulness to daily life, to ways, to so many activities. But today we will explore that. Is it really how mindfulness leading us and for that result, or what is really intention of the Buddha to teach mindfulness, which is, well, of course, is leading to liberation. As a Theravada Buddhist monk, or I have been a novice monk when I was 11 years old. Yeah, can you imagine how small and cute I am? Yes. And until now, I'm almost 29 and going to be 30 years old. So it has been almost 20 years in a monastic life. So I feel that is training. Now, this concept, this most important thing, what we are going to talking today is mindfulness. How to train myself to have more awareness, more self-control, myself about greed, anger, delusion that arising in my mind every day. So that's why Theravada Buddhism give very important to train this mindfulness. So that's why the main principle practice in Buddhist teaching is focused on the three training, right? Threefold training. That's what we're going to train: moral training, mental training, and wisdom training to become a well-practiced person. Tanto seto manusesu. That's the before we become human beings. It should have well-trained mind. So this is the things to measure how good we are. It's from training. So that's why mindfulness is the foundation of inner discipline. So Buddha mentioned to what are those foundation? In the Satipatthana Sutta, Buddha teach us to train our mind in the 4 areas. Okay, mindfulness of body, mindfulness of mind, mindfulness of feeling, mindfulness of mind object, or the Dhamma, or the phenomena arising and ceasing. When we learn and understand this balance in balanced way, we will connect to all the teachings of the Buddha. It's like the mindfulness is like the footprint of the elephants that holds all the tracks of or the footprints of others animal. It's like the mindfulness is the foundation to support all the others aspect of practicing. Is the link, is a connection to have self-control, to have wisdom, to have ways to solve the problems in life. Because of we start to have mindfulness first, to link. So not just only mindfulness in Buddhism is not just only bare awareness or just attention to present, but it's linked to ethical conduct. Ethical conduct like have moral. So when we have mindfulness, so that's why we aware to the way we speak, the way we think, and the way we do. Mentally, verbally, and physically will control by mindfulness and not let the mental stain or kilesa to control. So that's why we don't have conflict or create conflicts in outside world to have bad speech, wrongdoing, and think in the bad way, or all these, will train and refine our experience. So mindfulness, can comparing like the one who ride a bicycle. So you can comparing like your mind is bicycle. So the one who ride is mindfulness to control yourself to go in the right direction. So in Buddhist teaching, we want all human beings to come and acknowledge how to come back to this root and then impact good ways to peoples around us. Yes, this is the mindfulness from the Theravada Buddhist tradition.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you. So, yeah, actually, I think we have some of their explanation that easy to understand as well. I like the last one about the mind is your like something like bicycle, right? It's swaying around, or we need to control and things, right, to make it on the track and the route. So I think it's a good explanation. It's really easy to understand for most of the people. And also you raised a lot of the good concept about it's like you mentioned, it's like a basic but deep in terms of the understanding the mindfulness with the Theravada, right? It's link and connect with the wisdom and also the ethical conduct and think, do, and physical things, like really good. Okay, so we start with the Theravada already. So may I please ask for our sister to share in terms of the concept of the perspective of Mahayana for the mindfulness like things like you can explain to our friends here.
Yeah, thank you for your questions and thank you for your beautiful sharing. So I think more of you here have heard about the word mindfulness a lot, right? Because we are actually have take part in many different meditation practice. And when we started to research about meditation or about the application of meditation, we find different resources that they mention the word mindfulness, but not meditation. Why is that? Because the word mindfulness is actually, of course, it has been mentioned a lot when the Buddha mentioned about the mindfulness in breathing or the mindfulness in the in the for contemplations, right? But in the Western, they prefer to use the word mindfulness more because it seems to be non-religious, right? Because if you use the word meditation, it is somehow take you more, or some people might have the hindrance because they think that we are trying to involve them or persuade them into something with religion. So that's why I think it is the origin of the word mindfulness, that it started with a modern research work, and then they prove through many different applications. They live not just in the monastery, in the meditation center, but it proved its benefit and the effectiveness in school, in Buddhism, and in many different places. And even when we are talking in many of the international peace day, many peace activists has mentioned the mindfulness. So if we try to look into the concept of mindfulness, many of us, I think you will have different way of thinking or a different way of define. But I think the simplest definition for mindfulness is just returning to the present moment with attentive awareness. So because today I was invited to talk on the Mahayana perspective, so I will give more insight or information about how we view mindfulness beyond the modern concept. So in Mahayana traditions, of course, as we heard from the Dharma teacher from Plum Village, his teacher is very well known. He's Vietnamese as well, and he's one of the Zen master, well known all over the world, Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh. And he's also one of the peace activists, has been nominated in many different Nobel Peace Prize. And we all know that we have to find a way to bring our mind back to the body and to be enjoying, be fully in this present moment, in the here and the now. Because the body is more physical for us to touch, to handle it, to feel. The mind is something more abstract and normally is scattered. It is just like it can, when you initiate a thinking in your mind, you can be everywhere you want. But the body, we have the physical body, we have limitation to reach the place we want. So if our mind is always flying to different place and not dwell in the present moment, we lose a lot of energy. So that's why scientific proof that when you can bring the mind to the body, staying fully in the present moment, in where you are, in what you do, then you have the possibility of regain your complete energy, because it's not separated. The mind and the body is not separated. They are in here and now. So that's why we see a lot of benefits when people practicing mindfulness. But for the Mahayana perspective or definition, we are not just simply focused on this, this returning to this present moment in order to be more in touch with life, you know, because if you are not in the here and the now, how can you know what's happening in your body, what's happening in your mind, and how you can observe the people around you clearly? Sometimes just with the mindfulness, you can understand what is inside the other people in front of you, even without saying, because you have mindfulness, because you are really in here listening to them and talking to them. You are fully present, so you can understand. So in order to integrating the Buddhist teaching or element in Mahayana traditions, we include the element of bodhicitta. The bodhicitta is for us the compassion karuna. So the compassion is that the bodhisattva is on the way of practicing mindfulness. We are not just practicing mindfulness, but involve the element of compassion to always remind ourselves of our vow, of our commitment. It is to awaken not just for you, but for the benefit of many beings. So with this kind of motivation, as a Buddhist nun or Buddhist monk from the Mahayana traditions, we can do more. We have more chance to return to the present moment in order to do the things. But when we are practicing more and more mindfulness, there are from what I have been practicing or what I have been taught in different way of practice, or for my practice for the practicing of myself, I see the mindfulness is the first step, the beginning door, or the first door that opened the whole path, the whole spiritual part of a person. It's just the first step. But it's whether the fruit of mindfulness is the final goal or not. It is the long way. It is the journey. So it is the first door that you use mindfulness to step into the spiritual path, and then longer or more in your practicing, then in this spiritual path, then the element or the definition of meditation will come. Because that's why the mindfulness is different from the word meditation, because it's non-sectarian, it's universal, and it can reach to any people all over the world, no matter they are Buddhist or non-Buddhist. So that's why we use this as the first door for the people to come back to yourself, and then from there continue to really give them the true understanding, the real insight that the Buddha always try to give us the chance to practice by ourselves to realize. So the compassion needs to go along with the wisdom as well in practicing mindfulness, because when we're practicing mindfulness with compassion and with wisdom, the wisdom is the insight that you can see that all beings, including us, are right? Interdependent, interconnected. And whenever we understand this truth or this insight, is already initiate automatically in us the compassion. We don't need try to be compassionate with anyone, because we just because of our wisdom, just because of our understanding that we are all related to each other. So there's no way that you trying to say, okay, that's your suffering, that's my suffering. There is no such thing that's separated like that. So because of the wisdom go along with compassion in our practicing mindfulness in Mahayana traditions, we always have the great motivation to go, not just for us, but for everyone, for the benefits of everyone. Yeah, so thank you.
Okay. Yes. Right. I think this is really good comment and sharings in some of the concept of Mahayana is more modernized and it's easy to blend that in our daily life. Like I like the statement that you mentioned about the being present, right? Okay, just because of your thought and your mind is like flowing around, and being present is the key important things that to be aware of yourself. It's more like a sati and things, right? Okay, so for the Ratan Tenzin, oh sorry, yes, for the Vajrayana, okay, concept. So can you please share in terms of the what is a term of the mindfulness in the a little bit modernized, like from the Vajrayana? Okay.
Thank you for your soft and like a tough question. And once again, I want to say good afternoon with this shaky voice and shaky hand. So, regional Buddhism is not quite easy. It is deep like an ocean and wide like a space. But from that, I'll try to like bring a knowledge of like a drop of water. So when you are talking about the mindfulness, so I will talk through three keywords like a pinpoint. The first one is mindfulness in general, and second one is related to awareness, but in our language it called as a temba. And the third one is like for most of you, I think it will be quite terrible and like scary. I will talk about something related with meditation in from the perspective of Rajana tradition. So when we talk about the mindfulness, first we need to define what is mindful. First, we need to understand what is mindful. So from my point of view, mind itself is full of peace. I will repeat again, mind itself is full of peace. So to keep our mind on that state, we need to practice something. So that practices are called as meditation or a methods. So I will repeat again. I think that one's important one. Mind itself is peace. Mind itself is full of peace. So to keep our mind on that state, we need to practice. So that practices are called as a meditation. So there is like a mindfulness in a general meaning in Vajrayana tradition. So now I will share like a little bit related with awareness, Temba. So as our sister and our brother mentioned that being here and now, the present moment, being aware of all the action, all the emotion. So that is the second point. And the third one is like, I think it's quite terrible. You guys need to be open-minded. So because I will say that mindfulness is not a meditation. I will say that mindfulness is not a meditation. Mindfulness is being a used to, being a familiar, being making a habit. Habit of what? Being in natural, not without creation. Some of we think, I want to be calm, I want to be peace, and you try to keep your mind. It's not a mindfulness, it's not a peace. So peace is being in natural, in the nature of mind, without any creation. So if you try to create something, it's not a mindfulness, and it is not a, it is not a peacefulness. As some most of the master in Vajrayana Buddhism, they mentioned that, like it is in our Dharma language, Gompa means Gomba in. So meditation is not meditating, it is making used to. So used to about what? Used to about being positive, used to about being in present moment, used to about wholesomeness, not about the unwholesomeness or not about the negative. So let's skip that much. I think that much is enough. Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay. Lady, another, yeah, another good concept from Vajrayana. Okay, I really like the part of the being natural, right? Natural in your mind. And if we explain a little bit more from the in terms of the nature of the mind, like what would be some sort of the practice that you can share or some use case that you can
So-
share with the
So
our
like
friends?
most of the people, they think I want to be calm and I want to be peace, and they try to get in the quiet place. They try to get in the quiet place like a single room, like isolation, and they try to be quiet. In this quiet room and in the single place, everyone can be quiet. Everyone can be peace without any practices. But what I mean by the being natural means even in crowded, we need to be calm. We need to be peaceful. As I mentioned that if you stay in like isolated, or if you stay single in a single room, everyone can feel calm. But what is the biggest challenging is when we face the crowded. In the crowded or in like this situation, we feel a lot of nervous and a lot of suffering, a lot of stress. So that is, and so as I mentioned that being natural is not without creating. So some may think that I want to be peace, and they try to keep their mind. It's not like that. We need to like acknowledge our mind, and we need to keep our mind in natural things. That one.
Wow. Yeah, really good and interesting. Okay. So I think we all know in terms of the concept of the different differences of the Mahayana, Theravada, and Vajrayana, right? So I think to bring up in terms of the more impactful for the current situation right now. So I think during the world current situation, they have a lot of complex things and the challenge and the stretch, like not only just an economic issue or financial issue or any other issue. So I think it would be great if each of you can share in terms of the what would be the way to groom or how to guide the people like around the world, what somebody might see from the other country right now, and how to guide them to bring up the peaceful in the mind based on your traditional way. Okay, so if we may ask, like for our sister to start it first about the how can we guide in terms of the Mahayana to help the people being more released and relaxed or healing the world like a peace building, some kind like that. Yes, please.
Thank you for letting me to share because I think it's a kind of advantage, right, to share first because there are some part will be similar between the tradition. So thank you for giving me the chance. So to really apply mindfulness in daily life, that is the big questions that we always know the benefit of mindfulness. We know many things how to do it right or the theory behind that, but let us all be honest, how many of us really practicing mindfulness? We heard a lot about that, but we have not really put 100% of our effort doing mindfulness or meditations, even though we know it's good, because we always wait. This is called procrastination, right? You wait until you have some difficulties, you wait until you have suffering, you wait until you are not satisfied, and then your mind is just like a wave in the sea, and then at that time you try to find, oh, where's my mindfulness, where's my meditation, and to bring it. Of course, it will lead to the situation that you mentioned. It's just for a short time that you can have the relief on your stress, but it is not the long term. It is not the long-term way of how we can take advantages or of mindfulness or to be really developed in our spiritual path. Because everyone who step on the spiritual path, even we are from different Buddhist tradition or we are just not from Buddhism, but we are from any spiritual movement all over the world. We want for us a happy and more peaceful life. This is the how can I say this is the goal that many people, even us, want to achieve that goal, because it doesn't mean that when you become the monk or the nun you automatically peaceful. We also have to practice. You think that you are in the ordinary life, that you have a lot of responsibility, you have a lot of things to concern about, and then as a monastic, of course, we have less concerns about many things, but of course we also have our motivation, our own course in the meditation centers and different dreams. It's just that we are putting in different contexts, but the fact is that our mind is the same. What you have experience with your mind, we might experience that as well. But the difference between us is that we proactively or actively observe our mind and our body. And this is our responsibility, our duty, and our mission during daily life. Nothing else more important than that. So that's why because of practicing mindfulness in that way, we can discover our life better. So why I'm sharing that is in order to encourage you that we can practice the same way together. I really like some of the example from my own master. He's sharing to us sometimes the story of a cup. So when you hold a cup in your hand and then you go away, it can be that you accidentally hit to someone, right? On the way that you go somewhere when you are not mindfulness. So if in this cup it contains orange juice, then when you hit someone on the way accidentally, then what is will be spread out is the orange juice. So the same, if the cup contain coffee or water, so the things inside the cup will spread out when you hit to someone. So this example or this theory go the same with the energy inside of us, no matter is the conflict or is the peace. And imagine that we are just like that cup, right? If we are filled up with orange juice, let's say this is peace, then when we see someone, the peace inside of us will radiate and people can enjoy it or people can recognize it. But if we are filled up with sorrows or worriness or anything else that a bit negative, then when you meet that people, the other people around you, they will also receive it because it's the people that you meet. It's just like your reflection. It's just the mirror of yourself. Whatever you have in your thinking mind, whatever you have with the energy in you is reflected to the people, to the system, circumstance that you meet in daily life. So if you are always observed and you see all of the elements happening, either is the tension in your body or either is the conflict in your emotion or strong emotion is come, remember, you are not that. You are not the tension in your body. You are not the conflict in your emotion. You are not even the right or the wrong thought is coming into yourself. You are just the awareness. It's just like the same way of approaching from Vairachana that our brother Tenzin have mentioned before, you know. So if we can understand that, it's just like in the sea when you observe, right? You see a lot of waves here in the sea. It's just like our mind, right? So this up and down is up and down is its own condition that we create ourselves, we receive from the external condition. So it can become one wave, the second wave, and many come and go, comes and go. But deep inside of the sea, there is stillness, space. This is the awareness. This is the pure awareness that is exists in all of us. That is never changed. It's always there, deep underneath of everything. The wave above is the stillness inside. So that stillness inside is in our Mahayana practice we call the ultimate goal. It's the Buddha nature. It is what we need to realize, and we need to live with that to really practicing mindfulness. And don't try to make mistake that you are the bad thinking or you are bad emotion. You are think you are just the awareness that you know that thing come. So it just, I think it is when we really practice in depth of the vipassana, it is also many achans and meditation master also tell us that's why Achan always mention see things truly as they are. It is also the same concept like that, but we just try to interpret in different way of approach and sharing to the people. So I really like the way of the Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh. In order to engage Buddhism in the Western country, he has transformed the 5 precepts of the Buddhist people into the 5 mindfulness training. So we don't call it, when we share with the Europeans or the Westerner, we don't say that, okay, you have to be Buddhist or you have to do that and this, but we just simply share with them how to practice mindfulness. But it's based on, he's very good in a way of integrating this idea into non-Buddhist way, right? So I think most of us here, or all of us here, know about the 5 precepts, but the Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh, he transformed it, or he turned it in a way that, for example, the first precept is become to protect to life. So this to protect life is very important, because it doesn't just let us remind us about, okay, try to abstain from killing, but instead of that, with a positive way of approach, is that protect life, because you exist in this world is not just by yourself. It is the supplement from many different sources that nourish you to having this body, to being existent in this way, and we are all interdependent. So that's why the first thing is to protect life. So I think this is a great way for us to practice mindfulness as well, starting with that. And then the second way, the second things in these 5 precepts, maybe I just speak only the things that related to peace.
Sure.
Yeah, so that protect life is also related to peace, and it tells us to start from within, right? So we know that we are interconnected to other. So that's why if we want to have the true peace in the world, as all have confirmed before, we should start with the mind. But how to start? So I'm trying to give some example of the practice. So it's the first thing is the protect your life, and the second thing is that we being mindful in the way that we consume the thing. So it is not through what we eat, what we drink, but also through different sense. For example, what we hear, what we see, we have also need to include the practicing of mindfulness in order to have the wise decision what we should consume for our body and our mind. So in this modern day is very important, because we are exposed to a lot of things, a lot of information in the internet. We can be, or maybe it is not internet, but you can meet different people on the way in the school, in your group, in your working place, that you feel like, okay, is that worth for you to spend time or to be in a toxic relationship? When you are really mindful, you will know how to protect yourself, being close or being bombarded by the idea of some toxic people, let's say. So you can protect yourself by mindful consumptions. And then a very important thing for Mahayana practicing is that we have the Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara. This is very well-known Bodhisattva, because her vow or her commitment is to practice the deep listening. And deep listening is very important and practical way of nourishing the compassion naturally in you. Because only when you can listen deeply and then you have the loving speech, then you can really have the real communication with the people around you. And this real communication is create for us the chance to make this world peaceful. Because if you look at the situation, maybe we don't talk about the war between the nation or the conflict between different ethnic, but we just talk with we think about our relationship with different people, right? So when we have conflict with someone, why is that? It's because we don't have the communication with each other. We cannot sit down with each other. So communication is very important. But communication will become effective if we have deep listening and loving speech. Yeah, so that is how Mahayana approach to this peace topic.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. So I think it's easy to apply for our daily life, like truly, like just a short word like deep listening and being protect yourself as a baseline of the fundamental. And I like the part of the spreading around to other. What you think, or what is, if you spread around your temper, it will like affect the others. But if you spread around the peace and the nice thing to everyone, that should be like helpful for the peace building things. Okay, so we have about like a 10 minutes left, so maybe we can we can share some of the idea from Theravada, like how can bring some of the practice in Theravada to
Yes.
build a peace. Yes.
Okay, I will make it very short. How to engage mindfulness to, very important to useful in family or in our society or in a nation. But mostly when we look at the mindfulness training, we feel that it's start within, right? But as a sister have said so many things already, that how is impact to peoples around us. And one of the summarize of the mindfulness will impact to the outer peace. I really like the what Ajahn Buddhadasa have mentioned, that mindful also leading to useful. So after we mindful already, and what this mindfulness will leading to useful, this is what we're going to come up with an idea and wisdom how to doing something to impact. Not just mindful and we just turn away, not have any responsibilities. So how to bring mindfulness to daily life? We all know that we need to nourishing our mindfulness in ourselves. But another thing is what sister mentioned, karuna, or the compassion, or metta, loving kindness. This is will let us feel the pain of the others. When we feel the pain, when we feel that what we are going to do will leading to useful, we will act, like a concept of our today's theme. It's act now for peaceful world. So it means that every breath of ourselves, every moment that we use, we will listen rather than argue. We will heal instead of harm. We will respect diversity instead of fear. This is what when we are mindful, we will have this Dhamma inside us, and we will turn this into wholesome thing, and we will useful. So that's what I want to share, that how is mindfulness engaged to family or workplace or nation. It will leading to useful thing, interesting project. That's why I come to IBSC, because I feel that there are some fields of research that we can feel it, we can touch it by applying mindfulness to several groups. So that's why this is creating a useful thing for the communities and nation. That's why mindfulness is not only for inner peace, but also outer peace as well. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. Yeah, really touch like heal instead of harms. That's really nice words. Yeah. Okay. So brother Tenzin, like will you please share for the Vajrayana? Yes.
Okay, now I think there's no more time, so I have only one quotation to share, and I'll give my leftover time for audience for Kiwi. I think all of you guys are feeling so boring. So that quotation is quote by the Mahatma Gandhi. Dalai Lama. He said that happiness is not ready-made; it's come from our own action. So at that one, I will add that action also depends on our mindfulness. So that only that much. Okay, thank you. So leftover time for you guys.
Okay, short and really insightful. Yeah, right. Okay, so as about like we have a short time left. I'm not sure. We really have a really good insight from different aspect from MTV concept perspective, right? And may I please leave some of the time for the question for the Q&A in from the on-site people here. Yes, please. Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Well, actually, when I heard the statement from venerable panelist from Vajrayana, and he said that my mindfulness is not meditation. So you said this one make me curious about what is the concept of meditation in Vajrayana. Could you please explain that one? Thank you.
Okay, I think I make it very clear in the beginning. So I mentioned that mindfulness is not meditation. It is being used to habit. In normal term, it called as a habit. Mindfulness is just making habit of being in present moment. It's not about just sitting and thinking and our mind going everywhere like a monkey mind. It's not about that one. It is being in the present moment. It is making a use to familiar with being in the present moment. So therefore, I call it as not a meditation. It is just making a habit, making a use to. That's my view.
So what is meditation then?
Yeah, as I mentioned that most people think when it comes to meditation, they only think only sitting, but they not never care about their inner part, like their about their mind. They will never acknowledge what their mind is doing and their emotions. Just they will think they will sitting. Oh, that is meditation. So in that case, I said that mindfulness is not about meditation. That one.
Okay, and I have one more question to ask to three panelists from three tradition. Actually, you have talked many things, and I have seen some possibility that how Buddhist teaching contribute to the world peace. And I want to ask from a philosophical perspective. So, in what ways does mindfulness contribute to the creation of a peaceful world?
Okay. So would you mind if you please maybe like we can get some example from one of the panelists, like which part that you like
Okay,
to,
I
yeah.
don't mind about that.
Oh, okay. So maybe yeah, ประเด็น นิมนต์ค่ะ Oh, no, sorry. No. พระสอน sorry, apologize. Yeah, please.
Okay. Hello. That's what I have mentioned about the foundation of mindfulness is to build up some of the mental quality or inner discipline to oneself. But when we talk about in the global level or world peace, okay, also world peace, we have to scope that. What is the meaning word? Word in my word could be my family or people in my communities. This is also my word. But if you mean the whole world, of course, we need a lot of collaboration and harmonies from all sectors. It's not only private or private gain. We have to do also public gain. That is what I think that we can come and holding together by implement mindfulness in forms of activities. Or I see that many people now are trying to act so many activities like learn how to conserve our forest or environment or anything that lessen conflict also between the religion as well through dialogue, for example. This is, I see that we start to doing that already, but according to the global issues, it need a lot of collaboration. So that's why we cannot have a completely peaceful world, because everyone have their own ways to manage their sources or how to gain benefit for oneself. This is what humans might have a lot of greed to oneself. So that's why we can start now by having mindfulness for
ourselves and impact to a small world that you are relate. That is mean your brother, sister, your family, and your community, and then it will organically spreading the world peace in the world. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, really good. Okay, so may I please reserve the last question for the venerable in the back? Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, wonderful speaker, Bhikkhuni, and moderator as well. We are sitting here around 1 hour, 20 minutes. We listening from you, and then we take some idea from you. But however, today is the day of the International Peace Day in Global. For me, I would like to take the idea, the experience, and by your research, by your academic research as well, anything. Today is Peaceful World Day. What we should do, and then why we should do that? Give explain with the reason and example from different perspectives. Thank you very much, moderator and the speaker. Thank you.
Okay, I think there is no more time, so let's make it short. So first, I will also throw a question for you. What is purpose of your life? So if you reflect what is purpose of my life, then you can get the answer. So the purpose of life is peace. Even if you are secular, even if you are religious, even if you are lay, everyone, their purpose of life is peace. So they are working, they are studying, they are doing everything for peace. So and then today is world like International World Peace. So in that time, we need to rejoice our merit. We need to try to share our loving kindness, and we need to try to be positive, even for a second, or even for a 1 minute. That's my perspective.
Please bring with example. You get one example to make clear all the audience who listening from. Okay, for example, because of something like this. Yeah. Yeah.
Example of what?
Yeah. Why you explain something? Why you explain something to make clear, and then you get the example. That is the people clear what you are trying to say like this. You understand? No?
No, I mean.
Okay. For example, now I don't understand what you said around. I don't understand. And get one story. For a story, the long Buddha time, the people is very crazy. The Buddha get the Dhamma, and then the people get the live from suffering. That is example, something like this.
Okay. So
Yeah.
For example, like before I talk on my topic, I mentioned that it is quite depth and it's quite difficult to understand. So even if I give an example, it will be quite difficult. So like even if I need to give an example, I need to be like a specific one. So I will give an example about cause and effect. So for example, most people will say we can't predict our future. We can't predict our past. I mean, we can't predict our future. We can't predict where we can born in next generation. But in one sutra, they mentioned that you can predict. In our Dharma language, it called as the ngama kavi tata kavi ngamai lilata chima kaju tate. Similarly, what do you have been in our past? Look at yourself in current moment. In current moment, if you are peace, if you are like very beautiful or very handsome, if from your financial everything is okay, you make a good merit in your past. But you can ask your mind in next generation where you will born, in next life. In that current situation, if you make
Thank
a
you
bad
very much,
merit,
Honorable.
then you can,
Thank you very much. I'm clear. Thank you. And that's another experience, please.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, please apologize me because of we are run out of time right now. And
Okay, never mind. Okay, mate, thank you very much, moderator. Never mind. Thank you. No
okay.
pain money.
So I think it is a pleasure for the audience to be interactive in the session. So, but we due to the limited of time. So please allow me to wrap up some of the session here today. So of course we have all the insight from the different perspective of the Buddhism. Like we have Mahayana, we have Theravada, and we have Vajrayana. So I hope all the context today may bring up into the insights, and you can easily bring up to apply in your daily life as well. And please allow me to say the big thank you for our three speakers here today, and really honored for your time to be here today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Pio, and all of the three speakers from three different traditions. Either it's mind itself is full of peace from Vajrayana, Dhamma inside us in workplace, family, and nations from Theravada teaching, and not to spill coffee and oranges, from Mahayana perspective. We can all agree that all traditions have one thing in common, that is to be mindfulness in everything that we do in our and in every activities that we do in our daily life. So we'll have about 15 minutes of coffee break, and then we'll come back to the next discussion about mindfulness in action and social engagement for world peace by 4 different alumni of IBSC.
So it would be around like 2:20?
Yeah, we'll come back at 2:20. So since we learned about mindfulness, let's be mindful and not spill coffee and tea to each other. Okay.
Please.
We'll see you again at 2:20.
peace prayer. So we are going to offer this today. Ma nam ka da nyam be sim che tam che la ma san ge chu ge ku la ja so jo la ma long che zo be ku la ja so jo la ma tu che tu be ku la ja so jo la ma san ge ren bo che la ja so jo ma nam ka da nyam be sim che tam che la ma san ge chu ge ku la ja so jo la ma long che zo be Kula Japso Jo Lama Rimbe Kula Japso Jo Lama Sangye Rimbo Chela Japso Jo Ma Nam Kadang Yambe Simje Namje Lama Sangye Juge Kula Japso Jo Lama Longje Zombe Kula Japso Jo Lama Doje Tube Kula Japso Jo Lama Sangye Rimbo Chela Japso Jo Simje Tamje Dewa Dan De Judan Dembara Juje Simje Tamje Dunya Da Dunya Ge Judo Dewa Juje Simje Tamje Dunya Lemebe Dewa Da Mede Wara Juje Simje Tamje Dedo Ge Jo Chata Nirenda Dui Taryam Chembo La Irendo Nera Juro Ije Deje Dembe Demba Choge Zonyembe Doda Dombe Tente Yeshe Doi Chaye Yeshe Nambe Yambe Yekan Tamje Kanjo Jedom So Yeme Yeda Tado Shente Sangombe Jeza Zembe
This is the beauty of international college. It's actually my first time hearing chanting from Vajrayana. Fits perfect theme for embracing unity in diversity. So next, let's hear another international chanting from Myanmar with Theravada chanting from Venerable Gunida and his venerable teams.
Damanda
Sakawaletu Ataraga Sandu Devata Tadama Munirasata Tunanda Tutakamokatan Dhamma Sawana Kalo Ayam Patanda Dhamma Sawana Kalo Ayam Patanda Dhamma Sawana Kalo Ayam Patanda Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa Yatanubhavato Yakhana Nivajatinti Bodhana Yani Devan Yujantando Ratindi Wa Matandito Sukha Sabadito Dosa Papangensi Napadati Ewa Mati Kanupedam Paretantam Vanamehe Karaniya Mata Kusalena Yanta Tanta Padang Abhisavitya Tago Ujuja Sujuja Tuvasoja Samudu Anadimani Dando Tegosa Niparosa Apakisosa Nalaukavuti Danindriyosa Nipakosa Apakavo Kuleswa Nanuketo Najakoda Majara Kinsi Yena Vinyu Pare Upawadeyon Tukinoa Kirino Hondu Taba Tata Pondu Tuki Tata Yeti Pana Buddhati Tasawa Tawa Nawa Sisa Dikawa Yewa Mandam Mojima Rasaka Nuga Tula Detawa Yewa Deta Yewa Dure Wasanti Awi Dure Buddhawa Samba Wesiwa Taba Tata Bondu Tuki Tata Navro Paraniko Veda Nadi Munyeta Katasi Nankinji Yaro Sana Buddhika Sanya Nenya Minyasa Taka Metsiya Madaya Niyam Buddhan Mayuda Ika Buddha Manurake Evam Sabe Buddhisa Manadam Bhavaye Aprimana Medesa Saba Loka Samay Manadam Bhavaye Aprimana Oga Doja Tiroyosa Adambadam Avedam Masarvadam Tetan Sarani Zainova Dayano Yawa Tata Vida Mekdo Idan Tade Aditya Brahma Meda Vihara Mahemahu Deja Nuvagama Tilawa Datanena Tambano Kami Vinaya Gidan Nahi Sato Kabatiya Puna Redi Tandare Tanrana Tava Doka Vinasane Dada Jameja Bozinge Maharasina Pamatene Bodhitawa Yesi Me Tata Diwa Moda Kotaman Ajanina Sarabhyade Ahmadan Nikviyangada Ewa Madi Kanu Vedan Anika Guna Singhan Odin Sa Imamanda Buzingin Sa Panamahi Buzingo Tati Tinkato Jamana Vizyo Tata Vijayam Vidi Pasati Buzinga Sa Tata Pali Tamadu Beka Buzinga Tati Sabatatina Munina Samadakata Bhavita Pahuligata Dhamodandi Abhinyaya Nibbanaya Sabodhiya Idina Tisa Vasena Tudite Hodu Tabada Eka Tamin Tamayin Nato Makalane Sakatapam Kilane Togite Tekawa Muzingi Tata Disi Desa Jambina Netawa Roga Mosin Tinkani Idina Tisa Vesena Tudite Hodu Tabada Eka Dadama Raza Pi Kilinina Bi Pilito Songa Dhirina Dayewa Panapidwana Tadaram Dhammo Didwana Abada Dhamma Vokdati Dhanado Didina Disa Vasena Tudite Hodu Tabada Paina Disa Abada Dina Nambi Medesinan Maka Ada Kile Dawa Badanubadi Dhammadam Idena Disa Vasena Tudite Hodu Tabada Iti Pito Bhagava Araham Dhamma Sambuddho Vesa Sarana Samsano Tukhato Loka Vidu Anuttara Purita Dhamma Tarati Tata Deva Manodhanam Buddho Bhagavati Dvakato Bhagavata Dhammo Danditiko Akaliko Ehimatiko Opanayiko Pisajam Veditapo Vinyuhiti Topati Pano Bhagavato Tavakatango Utopati Pano Bhagavato Tavakatango Nyayamati Pano Bhagavato Tavakatango Dami Sriti Pano Bhagavato Tavakatango Yadidan Sadari Purita Yugani Atha Purita Pukala Ina Bhagavato Tavakatango Ahuneyo Pahuneyo Dakineyo Indali Karaniyo Anandaram Punya Kidan Lokatati Evam Bodhan Tarantanan Jamantang Insa Pekao Payawa Sabita Dawa Lokahanto Na Hidadi Yantoni Veda Awa Mengalinsa Yosamana Po Tangkunata Tato Babakaho Dutupina Akanda Bodha Nuba Vina Vinata Hindu Yantoni Veda Awa Mengalinsa Yosamana Po Tangkunata Tato Babakaho Dutupina Akanda Dhamma Nuba Vinata Hindu Yantoni Veda Awa Mengalinsa Yosamana Po Tangkunata Tato Babakaho Dutupina Akanda Sangha Nuba Vinata Hindu Pawatu Tapa Mangala Rakantu Tapa Devata Tapa Buddha Nuba Vinata Duki Buddhi Pawatu Tapa Mangala Rakantu Tapa Devata Tapa Dhamma Nuba Vinata Duki Buddhi Pawatu Tapa Mangala Rakantu Tapa Devata Tapa Tangga Nuba Vina Dada Duki Pawonduti Tadu Tadu Tadu. Thank you very much. On behalf of our Theravada traditions, we all are from Myanmar, so same nations, but we are from different ethnics. We have been living for many years peacefully coexisters, and we all are the B students from the IBSC. This is how we identify and show us the peacefully coexisters in our college IBSC family. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the wonderful chanting. And next, I would like to invite Indian Theravada led by Venerable Jo Ong Ni Chapu. Please on the stage.
Namo Buddhaya, respected Achan and distinguished guests and nun and monks and my dear Dhamma friends. So today, on behalf of uh, peaceful International Peaceful Day, so it's very great opportunity to have here, and we are from the Indian Student Club. So we are great honors to have here and get a chance to in during this movement. And we are going to chanting Jaya Mangala Gatha. So I would like to explain that about the Jaya Mangala Gatha, and we are know all what is the meaning of the Jaya Mangala Gatha. Jaya Mangala Gatha is the stanza of the victory. So I want to pray, and I request you to all to pray for a peaceful day and peaceful for all, peaceful our world, and which the winning of the victory, winning of the peace to all and each to everyone. So I would like you to listening to our Indian style chanting to the Jaya Mangala Gatha. So please be cooperate with us. Thank you so much.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Bahung saha samabini mitasa yodantang girime kalang udita gora sase namarang dana didamma vidina zitawa munindo tante jasa Jaya Mangalani Maratire Kamabiu Jita Sabarating Goram Panalawa Kamaka Mata Dayakang Kante Sudanta Vidina Jitawa Munindo Tante jasa bhavatuti jaya mangalani nala giring gajavara atimata bhutang vagicha kamasani vasuda runantang metam buse kavidina Jitawa munindo tante jasa bhavatuti jaya mangalani oke takagamatiha tasudaro nantang dawandiyo janapatang gulimalawantang Ede bisang katamano jitawa munindo tante jasa jaya mangalani oke taka kamatiha tasudaro nantang dawandiyo janapatha Gulimalawantang Ide bisang katamano jitawa munindo Tante jasa bhavatuti jaya mangalani Katwana katamudara ivaga binaya Cinchaya dota wacana janakaya maje Sande na soma vidina jitawa munindo tante jasa jaya mangalani sacang vihaya matisa cakawada ketung vada biro pitamana atianda butang panya padi pajalito jitawa munindo tante jasa bhavatuti mangalani nando pananda bujaga vibuddhang mahiding putena tera bujagena dhamma payanto idu padesa vidina jitawa munindo tante jasa bhavatuti jaya mangalani dukha haditi bujagi nasudata hatang mang visuddhi juti midi baka vidanang Nyana gadena vidina jitawa munindo tante jasa bhavatuti jaya mangalani etape buddha jaya mangala thagatta yo vachako dinadine sarati matande Edvanani kavividani chupadavani mokhang sokhang adigameya naro sapanyo sadhu sadhu sadhu.
Thank you, Venerable. So for the next 1 hour, we'll be hearing a discussion of mindfulness in action and social engagement for the world peace by 4 of our alumni of IBSC. If I may invite first the coordinator and moderator of our presentation today, Dr. Jinta Phunglatta, and the same Kun Chuttarat Panchanon PO. And the four participants of our IBSC alumni. First, Dr. Romani Suriyarunrod. Second, Ms. Juthanut Wongsirided. Third, Dr. Nataya Welsawat. And last, Dr. Kittima Si Somsak. Thank you.
Okay. Welcome back again for our last discussion session, and really honored to be a moderator for another session as well. And today, as the MC, he just mentioned about the topic on the mindfulness in action and social engagement in world peace. And today we are really have a special guest for our full alumni. We can start, or each of the, may I please introduce each of the alumni here? Okay. The first one, may I please introduce Dr. Edna Kittimasi Somsak. She's a minor group director of finance, and she will share in terms of her topic of this session about the development process of practicing mindfulness of loving kindness for enhancing relationship in the family. Okay, please give her a warm welcome. Okay, and the second speaker. Okay คุณพึ่งรมณีสุริยาอรุณโรจน์นะคะ she work as a HR department at Central Group and topic dissertation is about the creation environment for peaceful mind and of the patients okay Okay, and the third speaker today we have คุณแองจี้จุธานุชวงศ์สุริเดชนะคะ and currently she is a business owner from the Fraternities Coffee and Restaurant. Okay, she will share the dissertation about the development process of the practice of loving kindness for new volunteer by Buddhist peaceful means. Okay. Okay, and the last speaker today, okay, คุณตองนัทยาแววสวัสดิ์นะคะ she is the senior specialist of credit risk model in the bank and her dissertation today is about the development process for the cultivation of peace and happiness of special needs children and family by Buddhism peaceful means. Okay. Okay, so as for the session today, like I think from the previous session, we already heard about the concept of the MTV, Buddhism, like traditional way in the various concept of the Mahayana, Theravada, and Vajrayana. Okay, and but this session, I think our panelists, they are alumni here, and they can bring up into the context of how to bring the mindfulness into action. Okay, and for each of them, they have a good finding about the dissertation. So may I please start the conversation? Okay, to begin with Dr. Tong,นะคะ. Okay, so I would like to invite each of you to share the dissertation finding and bring up like how would your research connect to today's themes like mindfulness in action and social engagement for world peace. Okay, please.
From my finding in the dissertation, I found that these group of people, they're faced with so many like suffering or many problem. Like of course, for the special needs children, or we can say disabled child. Actually, of course, they have the problem in their physical body, but apart of that, actually in their family, it's quite hard for them to like to do other things because they need some people like their parents, for example, or any caregivers to spend the whole day to take care of them. After that, I found that they're faced with so many problems like financial issue, for example. They don't have time to do so much work to find more money because they have to spend time with their family. And they, of course, they have some stress in their life, family and children as well. So it's hard for them to go outside their home to find someone to understand them like that. So it's quite hard for them to be in social.
Okay, and just wondering like how did you like manage to bring up some sort of the mindfulness to help them release or relax in terms of the like they really face a challenging right now. Yeah.
Actually, we have like the meditation course for this group of people, and what I said before, that the one of the major problem of them is the financial issue because they don't have time to find the money. So this course is free of charge, and also they have some limited time because they can't have like we can't do like more than 1 day meditation course. So the course is just 1 day. And if they don't have the money to go to the course, okay, we can find some money to pay for them. And when they join the course, we just let them be free from anything that you have faced before. And the things that you will face in the future, just stay in this moment. So they just be free from anything. You just have to practice the meditation. And then after that, you will know how to live your life to be happy.
Okay, wow, this is really good, and I think it's really practice in action as well, like how to bring up the uh, the the mindset to bring up the mindfulness and peace in the class here.
Yeah, and actually, after the course, we also have like the meditation practicing via Zoom, so they can join Zoom. So even if they are in the home, so you can join Zoom just 1 hour, 1.5 hours.
Okay, yeah, that's very good. Okay, so I think this is a really good thoughtful, like how to bring up the peace into the action, like for the nowadays we have a lot of challenge for the difficulty of different people and community, and it is a really good research here. Okay, so for Dr. Pung นะคะ she's another bring up another good study as well about the patient. So at first I thought you are real doctor, like a like a doctor. Okay, but you can please explain more in terms of the what did you find in terms of the peace building and things, bring up the mindfulness into the research that you have conduct.
Okay. My dissertation is about to create the environment for peaceful mind of the patients. What I found out is that people actually have the problems with the teeth, but I'm not sure. Like, let's say in this room, is there anyone who fear to go to the dental clinic?
Yeah, me too.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have bad experience going to see the doctor when they were kids, right? And so when they grow up, they are afraid to go to see the dentist, even though they know that it is a kind of a must to go to see like every 6 months or a year. But because if your teeth is broken or you don't have teeth for some teeth, you can still alive. So you don't see it as a priority. But what I study like in my dissertation, it says like the WHO, it says that like a half of the world population, they ignore these kind of things. And so so that's why it's my question that why people try to ignore besides the financial issue. I think we understand that in the especially in the developing country that they do not set this as the priority for them to take care of that teeth if they have difficulties in the financial, right? But in terms of the fear that they do not want to go even they have the money to pay. So this is that's why this come up to my dissertation on the how can we make the peaceful environment for people to come to get the service that they're supposed to get it. So in my dissertation, there are 4 new knowledge, what I call from my dissertation. First thing, when people come to the clinic, they're supposed to be greeted with smile and kindness. Like a good morning, how are you today? Are you okay? How do you feel? What is your symptom? Why do you come today? Something like that. Greet with smile. And then this can make the patients feel relaxed when they arrive, right? It's like the first impression. And the second thing, when they register, give information to the clinic, we let them do the chanting, but it's not just the normal chanting, it's the apologetic chanting. Why do you have to do this? Because when you receive the treatment, sometimes you might get pain. And that's why the people fear about this. But why do we have to do the apologetic chanting? It's like in the Buddhism, I think everyone knows that this life is not our firstborn. We have born many times, right? So there are a lot of times that we make the mistakes to the others. Let's say today is Sunday, right? It's like 3 o'clock right now, 3 p.m. Let's ask last Sunday at 3 p.m. Any of you remember what did you do last week? Just last 7 days, you do not remember, right? So let's say in the many past lives that we might have done mistake to the others, and it might create the anger, fear, sadness to them. So in terms of the karma for Buddhism, you might have to pay back. But if you do the apologetic chanting, you might feel like, oh, it's my fault doing this thing, so I might have to get something back. But I know now that I did something bad to them. So that mistake might be less when you try to say sorry to them. They might not know right now, but in terms of the uh, mindfulness that you can send this kind of good feeling to them, the pain might be less. That's why the second new knowledge for me is that before we do the treatment, we ask the patients to do the apologetic chanting first. Third one is from this picture. In our clinic, we have the compassionate dentist. She actually we have like many dentists, compassionate dentists. But this is the second one from the left. She is the main dentist at this clinic at what I have done with my dissertation. She is actually a volunteer dentist. She didn't get any money at all. And in Thailand, when you are a dentist and you would like to work at any clinic, you can do at only one clinic. You can get only one license to that one clinic. And this dentist, she sacrificed her license to do at this clinic. So it means that she cannot work anywhere else in any clinics to get money. That's why I call her is like a volunteer dentist. So when she has a good heart, right? And when she do the treatment to the patients, she do it with empathy. She do it with like soft kinding. Let's say like when you are in the bed, right? She said, "Oh, I'm going to clean this teeth. I'm going to fix this teeth. Speak with kindness," something like that. And I think this can make the patients feel relaxed and calm, right? And the fourth one is the music. When the dentist do the treatment, they open the Dhamma song, because there are a lot of researchers that music can make your feeling calm, right? So we use the Dhamma song to make the patients calm as well. And I would like you to listen to one Dhamma song that this clinic used as well. So let'sคุณนุ่นค่ะ Dr. นุ่นค่ะ please open. Okay.
Okay.
When I come down, pay my respect to our beloved, like the He who has been a refuge to all humans and angels for a long, longest time. He who finds the true happiness of life, knowing the truth of all things, who finds Buddhism not leaving behind all beings on mind to reach Dhamma. He who shines the glorious ray of light, upholding graceful Dhamma and precepts, who is lightened with wonderful Dhamma. The great Buddha overcomes Mara. He who reaches the wonderful Dhamma, knowing and preaching for all beings, kindly give his embrace to all suffering souls with the love and compassion of kindness, with the way of Buddhist kindness, the great compassion so wonderful, the great wisdom knowing all truths, impermanent suffering and soulless. He who is the greatest life leader, leading us out, loop of life, he attains the enlightenment of the Buddha, taking all souls to Nirvana.
Wow, that really touched. Yeah. So thank you, Dr. Pung.นะคะ. I think the song is really bring up some sort of steady and calms, and definitely that we are another tools to healing the patient. Right, my voice is so soft right now, and okay, let's move to Dr. คุณ Angie นะคะคุณ Angie นะคะ she has another good project as well about the volunteers, and she can share some of the finding that she found. Okay.
So my dissertation is about the volunteer in meditation course. So the volunteer are the key factors that help people to have an open mind about Dhamma. So people who come to practice, there are lots of people, up to like 500 people per course, and we have about like 300 volunteers. So this volunteer are the key like back of house to support all the practice in the one-day meditation course. So when the practitioners come, they are greeted with the volunteers who willingly, with kindness and metta, help out even with all the shoes arrangement, like in the pictures, or even all the information given, or with the MC, or those who are not fully might use like some crane or something. The volunteer willingly helps supports everyone to have a good practice day, to be able to focus on the meditation course. So these volunteers, at first, they are people who practice in the meditation course, but once they find that Dhamma is important, they want to share it with other people and wants to support other people. So the findings that I find is that those who volunteer in the beginning, they might focus on the task. But once they continue volunteering, helping other people have more metta, they shift their happiness from like material worlds from that they gain from outside into helping others, into giving happiness to other people, and to know and feel that they are part of helping other people to receive Dhamma, even if it's just for one day. So, and this is, so this pictures at the back is how many people who join the practice in each day. And there are people who are volunteering. They may not get to practice in the room in the normal concept, but what I learned from the dissertation is that it's actually every movement that they do is about the practicing of the mindfulness. When they do the water pouring, they feel they rejoice in the merit of those who practice Dhamma, and they have less concentrated on their self. They want to help other people, and they find that there are many people who share the same beliefs, and they form a group of Kalyanamit, a group of friends who share the same belief. And it's the social engagement that we have as a volunteer. So it's more like people with the same beliefs, with the same metta, with the same kind mind that support each others. And once they find that their true happiness is no longer about material, it's about helping other people and to find the happiness and the peace within, the volunteer continue the volunteering. And once they find that these are like what's the Dhamma that they receive, they continue and doing this. And with the some of the interviewer that I interviewed, they share that it's once they volunteer for a long time, the money no longer affect her happiness. Even there are stories that comes and might affect her lives. She have the supporting team like the Kalyanamit, other volunteers helping, and she feels supported. Is something that they cannot really find outside, but it's the pure friendships and kindness that they receive from helping other people.
Okay, so I'm just curious to know, like, whether you are in the part of the volunteer teams as well.
Yes.
Okay, so could you please share some of your experience for the first like thought that you decide to do the volunteer at the course? Yes.
At first, like I want to help out, but for the first big work that I do is the cleaning, and it's really like irritates my mind because I don't really clean before. Like I don't tidy up my own room and anything, but it's because of the practice and it's because of the duty. I have to force myself to do it. It's also the practice of the mind to overcome yourself, to have less like less attachment of who you are, and try to do everything that is possible to help other people.
Yeah, at first, like from the previous question, previous picture, I kind of like noticed that there are people who do the arranging the shoes, right? And I believe that those are kind of like the things that to practice, like how to do the atta as well, right? Okay, wow, that's really good insight here. So I think we have some of the example for their like how action to build up into the community and practice. You have like cause for the patient. We have the volunteers. We have the meditation cause to help the needed person. Well, for the last dissertation, Dr. Kitima นะคะคุณแอนนานะคะ I think she kind of like zoom in a little bit in terms of her dissertation about the family. Okay, so that was the previous one is like a bigger community, right? And in terms of the family, so Dr. Kitima, can you please share some of the finding that you have created from the mindfulness things into action?
Talk with my dissertation first. The topic is about how to do apply the mindfulness meditation with loving kindness into for enhancing the relationships in the families. So as everyone, you have a parents, you are a child, and maybe you have son or daughter and sibling. So like memberships, I mean family members amongst in your families is important, but somehow we got dispute and conflict in family that create the stress, mental illness, or emotional problems in your families. But how if you bring the meditation and the concept of the Buddhist that the Buddha teach you like five precept or Promvihara Tham, Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Ubekha, or anything that you can name it. And you can just spread the love to the metta to your family's member. As of now, as you can do it, like you can close your eyes together and then thinking about what is your mom and dad are doing now, what in your family's person that you want to bring the love to them. You just even though that they're still alive or not in this world or in heaven, you can just close your eye and send the loving kindness to them. So like now everyone here, I think the meditation concept is very easy for you, but how to turn the real good deed in yourself and you send the merit to them and make the world like to be more happy, like the peace in family can create the peace in the world. Yeah, something like that. So I choose this topic for my dissertation to create peace.
Yeah. So I heard that this is a part of your dissertation, right? But I heard that you have done some of the bigger community impact, like from the CSR campaign from your company that you work, right? So could you please share some of the creation thought on the mindfulness to the society in terms of the action here?
Oh yes. Once when you have your inner peace and you want to send it out to the outer, and so the I have to work with some foundations in my life. My background is a finance, investment, and treasuries thing. So I managed companies and foundation that my work is stressful because I have to find the funding and manage the companies in cash. But as when I take the course, PhD course, and also practice meditation in the past, I bring that into my work life, into my experience. So, for example, this one is the foundation of the minor group. Is I mean the founders. He's Mr. Heineke. He's got set up this foundation about 31st. This year is 31st year of the foundation that give the scholarships to all the students in the countries across the countries, who is for the selection now. I think we distribute the scholarships almost 100 millions and still continue to give out to the students who have a good conduct and good academic, but that empowering the education in through the children, right, with a good future to the society.
Okay, so may I please ask, like, how did you involve into all this activity? Like, what had been started, or that you have to join to conduct this event?
So the process of the giving funding is like when I first joined this company, about 40 years ago. At that time, I still have to go to the bank branch and withdraw a cash and put it in envelope by myself. So it's the era that no digital banking at that time. So I went to the bank alone with a paper bag with 1 million baht inside. But okay, I think that's okay. I still save, but I do it for 10 years. But once we have digital banking, so every transaction we transfer via the banking account of the students. Each year we distribute about 1,000. Last year is 1,700 scholarships to students from the kindergarten to the university degree, and that's made the change that we see that these students they continue get the scholarship, so they come to the hotels to with the events we distribute the cash at the hotel, and we see the development of them. So they grow up every year. But the one person, it has many person that I saw her since she was a kid, but now she is a graduate and she come to work with us at the company in the sustainability teams. That's very impressive. Like she is data engineer from the Lat Krabang University. So that's and we got her to speak at the events to say thank you to the founders and to the donors. So very impressed.
Wow, really impressed story as well, that those activity bring up all the good asset and humanity, and this is really impressed from the father that he take an action in terms of the growing the peaceful in the people mind, right? Yeah. Okay. Wow, this is all interesting conversation about the dissertation topics, right? So, but I think you all may aware that they are look like a working people, right? Okay, of course they are lay people. Okay, and as of today, I think is another thing that we might want to be consideration, that of course that you guys are working people as same as to me, and we have faced a lot of different kind of people and different of people to dealing with, and they have a lot of nowadays they have a lot of pressure and conflicts and things, right? So how did you can manage, like, to bring up the mindfulness into action to create an impact to your I think you can start with your like family or related person or your working team, or if they have some sort of impact wider than that that you can share. So maybe can I start with Dr. Kittima ไหมคะ Okay. Or like a lucky girl.
You mean like how to manage in work life, right?
Yes, how to bring up the mindfulness into action.
Workplace,
In your
right?
workplaces, for example.
I think for me, the concept that I really always use is when you have the good sila, the 5 precepts on anything, your thoughts, you make decision with the moralities and in the right way. So you conduct the company in the good governance. Everything that you do is can traceable with your full accountabilities, and then your action you made in action and other people surrounding you can see, so they follow your you know that they would like to do as well sometime, but okay, sometimes we have challenge because a lot of people is different, right? But I think the metta for me metta is the key that I always use. But I try to not angry, and not yell people. But someone said if I yell some people they have to รดน้ำมนต์ คือแบบว่ารดน้ำมนต์หรือ
It
ว่า
will be bad luck for them if you yell at the other people who got you, right?
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I try to put the positive energy in the workplace. But the anger sometimes I have, but I have to cool down by myself, like
Okay.
mindfulness, conscious, and stop your mouth first
Okay.
before you
Okay.
say something bad to other
Yeah.
people.
Right, like more like to bring up your sati and hold on
right.
the
Hold
anger
on.
and
Yeah, the
things.
meditation helps a lot.
Okay, that's really good. So for Kun Phung, I recall that you're working with the HR, right? Human resourcing team. So definitely you will meet a ton of people, of course, and variety of people. How did you deal with the some sort of course they have like negative or positive things, and how can you manage those things?
Yeah. First thing, let's say like my team, they are like including me is like 36 people. Because in the central group is like I work in the I'm responsible for the payroll and benefit payments for the central group, which like 55,000 that we paid on a monthly basis. So it means that with this 55,000, it's not everyone that is okay or like a nice person that we deal every day, right? So starting from 9 a.m. on every weekday, there are gonna be things come in. First things are gonna come. Let's say when I was gonna use the example of my team first. When the issues come to my team and they talk with me, it's like I have to tell them first that what is the principle. Because it's the big company, is you have to start with the principle first. But when you tell the people the principle, you have to tell with kindness. It's not that, don't you know that is the principle? It's not that kind of thing, right? You have to this is the principle of the company that everyone has to follow. So we understand your situation, but this kind of thing, it is not possible for us to approve.
Yes.
So if you think that you really need it, maybe you go back to your department or your head of your big boss to approve, and then I can approve it for you. Something like that. So we talk with kindness with them, with the principle. And sometimes, let's say we when there is the argument, right, between my team and the other team, first thing I talk with the head of that person first, like a head HR of that VU, that okay, if we understand the same concept, we agree and we align, then each of them talk to their team. So this should help releasing the stress and the angry and the misunderstanding between the teams. But it has to come from sometimes it might not be really the kindness to understand each other, because it's in the company, it's not the non-profit organization, it's the profit organization. That you have to follow, right? But as I said earlier, it's not that you have to fight for your own team or their team or something like that, or you fight for the staff, not for the benefit of the company. You have to balance things. You have to be fair with every party. So I think the kindness in this term is that it's the fairness to every parties.
Okay, so like in generally like it's more like the communication, but based on kindness and the fairness that okay, of course it's in the real business world, but we have to balance out of that. Okay, wow, that's really good action and management things. Okay, and for คุณแองจี้นะคะ I remember that you are the owner of the cafe, right? And I think again, like you might face a lot of challenge, like not just only the management things or the dealing with the customer and your employee. So how can you bring up the mindfulness to take into action to build a peace in your environment?
So like with the cafe, there are new customers coming in every day, and they're saying that customer is king. Oh, well, if you're making money from selling the food, the drinks, and the experience, you have to make sure that the customer who walk in get the good experience. But even if it's the saying that customer is king, each like my mind, if there are any challenges, any problems, I feel that I have to be mindful to know that I will not take all the negative energy to my mind, and to have mindful to solve the problem, to really hear the customer what they really want, and try to solve the problem. And even if I'm not wrong, and I still, it's more like, am I able to accept that and willing to apologize without like fighting or arguing. And even if like with the employee, have to support them, or sometimes like I'm tired, sometimes I'm stressed with the economy right now, with all the sale of with all the revenue, but have to be positive and give the good energy to other people, to the team, and to cheer them up. Like, because if they have like a good day, a good mind, a good feeling, they can share that to other people and to give the good, the positive energy to the customers. But every day is different. So I have to be mindful that to be with the present and not take all the stories that occur, maybe problems or anything, or any accidents that occur into my mind, and with the present, and the next day is a new day, and to do things better, to give a better experience to other people, even if the customer or even my employees.
Okay, well, your conversation like actually bring me the previous session that about the sister from Mahayana. She mentioned something about like whether you next to your whether your feeling or your temper or your positive mind attitude or everything, like it's related to your related party, like that we will spread around like the positive impact around the communities as well. Okay, wow, really good. So for คุณ Dr. Tong, okay, Dr. Tong, she is she work as a part of the banking industry, right? So of course, like banking industry, like you know, is really challenged and a lot of complex things that happen around. And how did you bring up the mindfulness into action in your not it not related, it's not important to relate to your work, but maybe you are related person that is okay too, right? Could you please share something? Yeah,
I would say actually the problem that we have faced, almost everyone have faced today, is the conflict, sometimes from just one person or in the social. So I would share from I would link to my dissertation, because I found something from doing this dissertation. Pinot, if you can open the second page of my slide, that would be good. Thank you. But if you can't, that's okay. From my dissertation, I found that I would give you one example of the child. He can't stay with others. He can't listen to any like noisy. He will not open his eye to look at the other thing around him. The one thing that can get touched to him or close to him is his mother. And he can look at just his mother. Otherwise he will like do something like this. But when he but it's quite very hard for his family and himself as well to stay in the social. So in the first day of the meditation course, we have to separate him in just one room. He can't stay with each other. But because we try to teach him on how to no just him and his mother, because at that time he comes with his mother. We teach them in terms of the mindfulness and metta,
Yeah.
because all of the suffering that they have faced, it's quite hard for them to, and for others as well, to understand, for others to understand them, and for them to understand each other, because it's quite hard for them to like communicate with each other. But when they practice the meditation, they try to be mindful and try to be peace and also metta, and open his heart for other things. So can you like this is the first day of them, so they have to stay in the room, just two of them. And if you can go to the other slide, that would be the third time of the meditation course. They can stay with each other in the same room. When they will share, they can share all the suffering that they have faced, and others give them with metta. So it's like they are free of everything, of all the suffering that they have faced. So all the problem that you have faced, it always like the major thing. But if you just lay down everything and listen to each other, be metta and be mindful on everything that you have faced, that creates your happiness
Yeah.
in your life.
Wow. Yeah. I think you really get close to the all of the challenge that you have seen for the needed people, and you have learned a lot of how to apply those things into the society and things. Wow, really impressed. So I think we come up into the time that we can wrap up. Like not sure. Like I think this session we have heard a lot of the good action, good indeed, how to bring up the mindfulness into action for the building up the peace like in our society right now. So may I please leave some of the Q&A session for now? Like not sure whether any of the on-site team. Okay, so please, Venerable in the back. Okay, thank you. And please feel free to point out which of the panelists that you would like to get the explain it to. Okay.
First of all, thank you for having a chance to ask a question. So I really appreciate all of the speakers. Even you have your own business, family business, you spend time for helping others, and it's very interesting. So as I hearing from you guys, you have faced a lot of challenges. So what is the most difficult you have faced and how you overcome from that difficult? So anyone of you can share.
Okay. Maybe Dr. Pung. Yeah. Could you please share? I think you have faced a lot of conflict at the most of the daily life as well, because you have to deal with the people, right? So please.
Maybe the most difficulty is myself. because I think as the Buddhist, we know that the easiest way to control the situation is ourselves, not the people in the opposite to us, in front of us, right? So I'm still a normal person that I feel angry, I feel sad, I feel disappointed, and sometimes I feel happy, right? So even I believe that all of the Buddhists knows that negative feeling is not good for you to go to nirvana or whatever. But I'm in the stage of practicing. So when I have the difficulty feeling, I use all of the thoughts that I received from my masters and from the teaching from the Buddha. Whatever thoughts that I can think of at that time and whatever thoughts that I can practice at that time. Sometimes, some master, they said, oh, look at your breathing, right? Breathe in, breathe out. Sometimes I cannot practice that. So I changed to do the chanting. So it depends on how can you practice at that time. But you need to know the tools for you. But you have to know the tools first and practice each tools first to know that this tool can help you in which situation. And then you use that when you face difficulties.
Wow, really good answer. Okay, please for the for the venerable. Thank you.
Oh, forgot my question.
Oh, lovely.
Actually, thank you so much for your pass on your pep talk today. I'm so appreciative to my, about what are you talking and sharing today. I'm curious about this, right? When we talk about mindfulness, how do we cultivate mindfulness to Gen Z, right? Generation, right? I think it's crucial for Gen Z person. Yeah, mindfulness. Some people they're not interested much about this mindfulness. I want to know about your experience because you are the people, right? I think you got a lot of experiences about because you stay with a lot of people. It's not like a monk, monastic monk, right? I want to see your perspective from your view about this, how to make Gen Z generation approach mindfulness in action. Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think I found a really good person to feedback this question because she all related to Gen Z. Okay. Okay. So let's start with Dr. Anna. Could you please share your comments for the question here?
Gen Z is how old it's me, right? I'm a Gen Z, right?
Oh yeah. Okay. C ABC ABC.
Like a teenager, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I have a daughter. She's in teenager age, about 16 years old, and she's always with the mobile, with the laptop, with the social media all the time. So very distracting from the studies, from doing activities. But how did that you cannot tell her and force her that to need to stop using the laptop, iPad? I never limit the time that on her screen time. And when she a kids, maybe yes. But now you cannot control other people. Even you are parents. Uh-huh. But I teach her to really understanding the value of time. So that I taught her to know that what is her objective in life. Okay, she has a duty to study, right? There's a mandatory things, but she would like to accomplish in her life. I always talk about this thing, about the common things in that cannot touchable. But so she knows that she reply me that okay, in the future she want to success in her life and can earn for the living. But the important thing that she wants to create the impact that good things for the world. So it's like a so dramatic that it's the young kids what she wants to do something good. So that answer made me happy. So I taught her about the time management and I made it that she seen from myself in when before you teach other people, you have to bring as a sample for yourself, and then they see that you can, if you can do it well, so that maybe listen what you talk to her, and be a good listener is important more than have an order all the time. and when she appreciate what in really her need in life, she will do it by herself. Yeah, the value of time not waste with the non-mindfulness things.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it was good. Practice to the Gen Z. Okay, so we have come into the last part of the session here. So if anybody would like to, okay, maybe one last question or okay, sure, right.
Okay. Today, most of the background of the panelists involved into some business or entrepreneur. We have seen some right now. Some business are not cares about some of the mental health or cannot balance the work-life balance to the workers or colleagues, so create of bad mental health. So that's why I want to ask all the panelists how to have having a network or framework or even mechanism to put more mindfulness in action to all these social entrepreneur or business to have more mindfulness community like this.
Right. Okay. I think this is a good question for Dr. Kun Angie, who is a business owner and entrepreneur. Okay. So could you please share your comments?
So at first, I was one of the business owner who measure everything from the cash flow, from the money that is coming in. But once I learn more Dhamma, I ask myself like, how much is enough for me? And there are many customer asking to rent out the cafe, but they want to host a party and to drink inside. So I asked myself if I needed that money to survive or to pay for my employee, but they will break the precepts in my own cafe, then what should I do? I have the responsibility to pay for my staff, but I also it's like the conflicts in my mind. Like I'm not drinking myself, but will I be willing for other people to break the precepts in my own place? So I asked myself like, if I don't get this money, if I am short in cash, what is really important? And I find the answer within me is that even if I make a loss in this month, I still make sure that I do not support drinking. So I turn down like many customers, but at the same times, I have to make sure that my family and my staff, they understand. It's like, okay, if we are not making money from this rental, we are promoting like delivery, we are creating more products, we are doing more like customer service. When the customer walk in, we greet them more. We like, oh, good morning, good afternoon, what would you like? And try to like service them more so that it will create like words of mouth to other people and that they will share the good experience. I may not get the money at that time, but it's more sustained and they feel that, oh, this cafe is supporting, is the good energy inside, is all the trees and people are like kind and sincere and they're willing to help. Even like I tell my staff, like you have to check if the customer, if they drink the water, if their glass of water is empty, you have to make sure that you walk over and fill the water to them. And you can greet the customer at that time, like, would you like something else? Would you like anything? So it's more in the business term, it's like adding more ticket for the order, but at the same time it's about caring about other people and to give the feelings, the good energy to other people.
Wow. Okay, that's really impressed. Like you can turn the tactic into the action. Okay, so okay, thank you so much for all the good question and answer, right, from the today's session. So I think today we have explored a lot of the mindfulness things, like how mindfulness can move. I would say like how move something like cushion into action. Okay, so in terms of the action here, we have seen in terms of the real world and other sides of the business, like we have like a good panelists from the various business and different perspective kind of thing. So today I hope that you all enjoy in terms of the session today and have learned a lot of the insightful for the Peace Day Society here. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. But right now we have a souvenir for our alumni as well. That is actually is a certificate for our alumni. So please, may I invite? Okay, Venerable Doctor. Okay, Meshi.
Meshi Narumon to hand out certificates for to our participants. Okay, thank you, all the guest speakers. It's personally, I'm really glad to know that every single baht that we all spend in Anantara or Avani or or Sisler Coffee Club and Swensen, if you're a big fan of Swensen like I am, it's nice to know that every baht that we spend in those places help funding kids, through the minor food group. Although I thought it was only a nonprofit organization, but they actually do good things for, giving out good educations to Thais. And lastly, on behalf of IBSC, I would like to thank you, all participants that participate in this ceremony. And for those participants here who didn't receive certificates, there will be a QR code later on for you to scan, and you can get the certificates online. And sadly, this event has come to an end. If I may invite Venerable Dr. Pramahawirasak Apinantaweti to close the ceremony for us.
Before my turn, I would like to invite our lecturers led by Director in MA in Innovative Mindfulness and Peace Study Program,
Dr. Narumon, Meshi Narumon Jiwatanasuk to wrap up what we have learned, or want you say something to the audience, please? And also next, Ajahn Sakchai, please.
Thank you so much for Pamaha Virasak. And this is very urgent issue that I just know that I need to speak. Thank you so much. Okay, so for today, I would like to thank you all, the Pamaha Virasak, the organizer, the main organizer, and also our MA PhD coordinator, and also panelists, MC moderator, and also all lecturer and students. So you can see from United Nations for the international peace in this year, act now for a peaceful world. And in the morning sessions, we would like to contribute you about Theravada and also Mahayana Palm Village. And in the afternoon, I would like to thank you all the students that show the chanting about Mahayana, Vachalayana, and also Theravada that I never heard before. But what I learned is one thing, that we all gratitude to the Buddha, we respect to the Buddha, and I feel very grateful. And also thank you for all panelists that you contribute MTV concept, not MTV music, but MTV concept. That is for our purpose today is, even though it's diverse, but it's unite, so we can bring the peaceful world. And also thank you of the last panelists that I asked you to making fun to all of you so that you can enjoy the end of the sessions. But I think you done a very good work, and also thank you for your devotion. Even though you have a lot of stateful from your work life in the weekday, but on the weekend you always volunteer and try to contribute more to the social. So we all can make the better world by working together. Thank you.
Respected Venerable พระอาจารย์พระมหาวิรศักดิ์ and ท่านอาจารย์แม่ชี and all Mahasangha and panelists, and me too, and impromptu to talk to all of you right now. And so I would like to say that so today I am very, very happy because I come here and I learn how to get the mindfulness for all of you, and especially from the alumni and from all Sangha. And now we can say that we have the convergence between the one those who work, and for Mahasangha to learn about the mindfulness. So we have the meaning of the mindfulness. Sometimes maybe we have the interpret in some kind little bit of difference, but in the most important thing that I think that we try to practice to gain mindfulness or something like that, to make the peaceful world, just like this main issue for today. I would like once again to thank you all of you, and the most vulnerable, to give me an opportunity, a great opportunity here, and appreciate all of you to do for this day, for World Peace Day. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, sadly, we have come to an end, and on your way back home, if you feel free to pick up coffee and tea outside. That was made by the temple from Ajahn Meshi Narumon. We still have a lot left, so anyone can just take one or a few each back home.
So At the end of the sessions, I would like to invite dear Mahasangha, Venerable Brother and Sister, to take a few minutes to come back to our real home, body and mind, in order to cultivate mindfulness and inner peace for yourself and for the world peace together before we close our session today. So please together. Thank you so much. So at the end of the sessions, on behalf of International Buddhist Study College, led by Venerable Dr. Pakru Wachiravit Titawangso, Director of International Buddhist Study College, Administrator, Lecturer, and staff, I would like to express my sincere thanks to all of you to come to join this event. The National of the Peace Day today is very helpful for us to learn about MTV. So we have learned both sides. The first side is about the concept and theory of mindfulness from MTV. And the second side is a real mindfulness practice that apply to the society, to social engagement from our alumni PhD. That's very helpful to open the experience to the monastic life, to see the real practicings. How can we apply mindfulness both inside and outside? So I would like to anumodhana all of you to come to join us today. So on behalf of IBSC, we cannot organize this event without supporting by IBSC. It's our home. Thank you so much for Venerable Brother and Sister, also all organizing team led by Venerable PJ, Venerable Bon, Venerable พระอาจารย์บารมี or อาจารย์ช้าง for behind the scenes, prepare everything for us, food, technology, so everything, and also Kun Pete and Kun Sydney for MC today. That's a great. You have very well done. Our พี่แองจีพี่โรมานีพี่แอนนายมพี่แอนนายมพี่ตองแอนยมพี่พี่โอ right so thank you so much everyone for venerable Garfield yes Garfield so his name in the line is GF or Garfield smart and handsome, right? Cool and handsome. Yes. Handsome and cool. Yes. And also, thank you so much for chanting team from Vajrayana team, from Indian Theravada monk team, from Mahayana team, and also Myanmar team for give a great chanting together with us. So it's very, very beautiful voice. So thank you, Venerable Son, Venerable Tenzin, and also Sister Tin Ngok for sharing M2B perspective for us today. So thank you so much, Sister Chinta as well. So thank you so much. So may the power of the Buddha, power of the Dhamma, and power of the Sangha bless you all to be happy, to be healthy, and to be peaceful forever. Sadhu. Let's pay homage to the Triple Gem together. And then we will scan the QR code to evaluate. อะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธภะคะวาพุทธังภะคะวันตังอภิวาเทมิสวากขาโตภะคะวะตาธัมโมธัมมังนามัสสามิสุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆSanghang Namami. So please everyone come to the stage. Can we take a group photo? Yes, please.